you're catching me live, it goes train. So put hello in the comments, put hi girl, hi Pauline, good afternoon. If you are catching this on the replay, and you won't see that live in the top corner because you won't be there, then put hashtag replay and let me know what time you check into this video, and hit me that heart button, guys, or that little cuddly emoji, just so I know that you've checked into this video, so I can come back and thank you for watching me, because I really do appreciate it, guys, because time is precious. We're going to do quite like a neutral, pretty neutral look, so I thought we're going to use the illuminating primer with my BB. We are going to use the all-in-one colour stick in Cinnamon Latte that I'm going to do my contour with. Got my quadra warming up, and then I'm going to use this little baby because this is our pretty neutral palette, which has got a highlighter, an eyeshadow or a bronzer or a brow, a blusher or bronzer, and a lip balm. Now that looks really dark in there, but I can tell you now, guys, it's not quite that. I don't know whether you can hear that lawnmower. I don't really want to shut my window, so hopefully it's not annoying you too much. So that is what we're going to do using that. So we're going to do everything with basically this little palette, our contour stick, and these, and then obviously I'm going to do my brows with it as well, and then I've got my quadra warming up in my top. Why do people have to go and cut their grass at this time of day? Annoying. Yeah. It's annoying to me. Maybe you can't hear it. If you are watching me now, let me know if you can hear that lawnmower. Just say yes you can hear it, or no you can't hear it, and then I know it's fine. Right, so we're going to use my kabuki, and we are going to put 1 pump of our illuminating primer, because we're going to basically mix it together on the BB to save time, and then we're going to do 2 pumps of our BB. And I'm just going to use this as a mirror, because I need a mirror to see what I'm doing. And then we're just going to place this on. So yeah, so how is your week gone? Has it been busy for you? Has it gone slow? Are you glad it's the weekend? Let us know, guys. Let us know in the comments how your week has been. Also, if you've had any wins, if you've done any challenges or goals that you've set yourself that you've managed to achieve this week, then let us know so I can shout you out as well, because I'll praise you, because I like to do that. So you can see I'm not rubbing my BB on, I am patting it, or is the technical word stippling it on with my kabuki. Now this is a tinted moisturiser. It's our new formulated BB, so if you tried our old BB, which I absolutely loved, this one is even more better. Simple fact, because it is a mineral based, SPF 30 in there, guys, so it's also going to give you protection from ultraviolet rays. So we want that because we don't want to have premature aging. And by putting the BB and the illuminating primer together, it's mixing it on the brush, and it's giving, you can see, even though I've got BB on, it's giving me a glowy look. Now if you don't like a glowy look, you can go over with some setting powder, or you can use the mattifying primer. But I must admit, I do love having that little bit of a glow, because it just gives you that bit more of a youthful look. And by patting it on and not swirling it on, because if you caught my live, I think it was last week, I did a video showing the difference, because when you pat it you get more of a coverage. When you swirl it, you're spreading it out, and you're because you're swirling, you're actually moving it off again. So you're putting it on and taking it off, and then it's just moving it about, and then you don't get a lovely coverage that you are after. The coverage is insane. For a BB, I'd hardly even wear, I do love the foundations, but you know what, BB is my #1 go-to. because it's light, it's a moisturiser, got the SPF on it as well, and it just does amazing. I love it. So don't forget guys, if you're there, come and say hi, let me know my comments are working. Right, so I am going to use my, can't really remember what this is called. I think I've worn the name out of it, but it's got a spoolie on the end. So it's a brow brush, because we are just going to use this tiny little palette and we're going to highlight my eyebrows. So we're going to go in with the second one, which you can see is sort of like a tanny, sort of like light brown, which is going to work beautiful for highlighting my eyebrows. And because I have got auburn colour hair, this is going to go nicely. So it's not going to give me very dark eyebrows, which I don't want. Hi Karen, how are you? Come and say hi in the comments so I know the comments are working. If you're there, Karen, let me know if you can hear that lawnmower. Because it's typical. I go live and somebody decides to get the lawnmower out. So let me know if you can hear the lawnmower. They haven't got very big gardens in front, so it won't be very on there long. So have you got nice weather where you are? Obviously the sunshine here, and it's dry because they're cutting the grass. So you can see we've just highlighted my eyebrows using that nice colour. It's a nice shade as well. Okay, now I could contour with this as well, or should I contour with it? No, I'm going to use my cinnamon latte because I just want a bit more of a contour. So I'm going to use this, and then we can do a little bit more, because I do like this one. So I'm just going to do a tiny bit. I'm not going to do too much because I've been overdoing doing it with a contour. A couple of, because I've been overdoing it with the contouring just lately. Because once you have the BB on or your foundation on, because the coverage is insane, it does make you one dimension. So we want to put a little bit more colour back in our faces and give ourselves a little bit more of a contour look. So if you're not sure where to do the contour, it's sort of like a number 3 and a letter E. But if you are mature like myself, when you come to do this part, instead of going here and down, you know, here and down, you go a little bit higher, because then that will give you a little bit more of a lift to your face as well. Because, yeah, life sucks. Everything goes south as you get older. Things start to jiggle, things start to sink. So we want to try and give ourselves back that youthful lift at the same time as contouring. And contouring sort of like from the bottom of your ear along your jawline, and then you can just sort of like shade a little bit under your chin as well if you've got a lot of chins like myself. You know, my face is weird because some days I can be really puffy and other days I can be quite thin in my face. It's weird. I think it's probably to do with water retention or something, I don't know. It's weird. So if in doubt, blend it out, girls. Simple as that. So now we've got a little bit more of contouring, a little bit more colour in our face, because we don't want to be one dimension. We want to have, and I like to just go back over with my kabuki brush just to soften up that little bit of the blend, because I'm the sort of person that doesn't like to see lines. I just like to see it blended in, because I think it just looks better that way. So yeah, so if you agree with me, let me know in the comments, guys. Come and say hi in the comments, let me know you're there. So we've contoured, we've done our eyebrows, and we've got our base on. And then the rest of the products are going to be coming from this little pot here. So we do have 4 of these. So if you like more information on our little pocket, I don't even know what they're called, pocket palettes or something like that, I think they're called, or contouring palettes, I'm not sure. But you get a highlighter, which we're going to use as eyeshadow. We have got the brown, which I've just used on my eyebrows. And then you've got this sort of like more of a shimmer. In fact, let me just swatch it on the back of my hand so you can see them better. So it's even on my skin, can you see it's quite fair? You can barely see that. In fact, let's use my brush and dab it on. So it's got sort of like a very pale. So this is sort of like a very neutral palette. So we're going to use that colour. And we are going to use my brush. You can see it there on the brush. And we are going to sort of find the transition, so just above my crease, because I do have a hooded eye, and we're just going to work that down onto our eyelids like so. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. If you can't see it, guys, let me know if you're live and I'll zoom in a bit more for you. And then we're going to do the same the other side. Now if you've got a hooded eye, keep your eyes open, look ahead and go above, so when you actually look you can still see it. Because if I go right in my crease and then look up, you wouldn't see it because it would disappear because I got a hooded eye. And it's surprising how many of us actually have a hooded eye, and we lose a lot of our eyeshadows because we don't go up high enough so that we can actually see them. So you just work it up a little bit higher than your natural crease, so that when I look ahead, can you see that now? You can still see that. So I don't have to open my eyes up, but you can see, even if I relax my face, you can still see that colour. And that's what we want to do. We want to achieve seeing that colour. Obviously, whatever we put on our eyelid, you're going to see more when I look down rather than look ahead, because that's just the nature of having a hooded eye. So yeah, so let us know, guys, if you're popping on, what you've got planned, if you've got anything exciting planned, because it is the holiday weekend. Can't believe we're at the end of the month. You know, 24th today, 31 days in this month, so we've got just under, is it just under or just over a week? I think it's just under a week, isn't it now, left of this month, and then we'll be in June. Crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay, so you can see that colour, and then what we can do is the colour that we used our brows, we can use the same brush, dab a bit of that on, and we can just concentrate that on the outer corner and crease of our eye. So you can see I'm darkening up that edge like so. So can you see it just darkens it up? Don't know what that was. That's a weird sound, wasn't it? My phone is making weird sounds today, I can tell you that much for sure. Could be in protest, I suppose, I don't know, because I've used it so much. So if you do want a shade match, guys, for our BB or even our foundations, or if you're not sure whether you should go for a foundation or go for the BB, then just put shade match in the comments, guys, and I will get into your inbox. If we are not friends, it will go to spam, guys, in the messenger. So if you have messaged me on here and I've messaged you back on here saying I've sent you a message, check your spam, because if we're not friends, it will go to spam, guys. And if you don't want that to go to spam, then just send me a friend's request, and then I can shoot that over to you. So can you see now we've just darkened up that outer edges? So we basically used this shade and this one, and then we are going to use the highlighter, which we're going to put on in the center to the inner corner. But I'm going to use a different brush, and I am going to use a little bit of setting I've really got to sort my desk out. Setting mist, just to dampen my brush. And then we're going to pick up the highlighter. And then we're going to place it on the middle of my eyelid and pat it and go over into the inner corner. So you can see this is quite a neutral look. So if you're like me and you don't like bold colours, you prefer more of a natural, neutral look, then this would be an ideal palette for you, because it's got everything in there you need, guys, for your eyeshadow, to bronze with, to do your eyebrows with, anything you really want to do, you can do it with this palette. But, you know, and I love the fact that, because it's less carried around. If you're going away for the weekend, then you've got less to, or you're going away on holiday. If you're sunning yourself during the day and you've got an evening out, you've got this little palette that will do it all for you for an evening look. Hi Tony, how are you? Come and say hi in the comments, guys, so I know the comments are working, because I really don't see any comments. Okay, so you can see we just line up. Now, if you've gone a little bit too light and you think you've lost some of your darkness on the edge, you can just go back in with your brush and you can just go back over and darken that outer corner up, and in your crease, and you can just darken that up so that it shows better, and then that lighter colour shows up even more. The one thing about this, you can build on your colours. Yeah, anytime, just send me a message over, Tony, and I'll sort that out. You got any plans for the weekend? You and your sister, you got any plans for the weekend? So you can see I'm just darkening that off a bit, but then you can now, because it's made the highlighter pop more on my eyes, which I absolutely love. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the other edge of the brush that I use for bronzing. So I'm going to go in with the highlighter, and we now can go down your nose, across your cubic bow. Is it cubic bow? I can't remember what it's called. Just to highlight that bit, and then we can put a little bit of highlighter above where we did the contouring, because then that's, can you see that? Give them a little bit more, because when you've got mature skin as well, you don't want to put a load of makeup right underneath your eyes, because it's going to weigh down that skin. So we can highlight the edges to lighten up that area and give us a more of a youthful, more wide-eyed look by doing it with a highlighter like that. And then you can put a little bit there on your top of your temple, above your eyebrows. So you can see now I've got a little bit more of a glow. Hopefully you can see that. Let us know if you can see that in the comments. Love it. So yeah, and then the last bit of this palette, so we've used the highlighter, we have used the eyeshadow, and we have used the bronzer, blusher, whichever way you want to call it. So but don't be fooled, guys, thinking, oh, this is just a bronzing palette, or this is just an eyeshadow palette, because it's not. You can use it to contour with, you do your eyeshadows with, you can adapt this to any way that you want. So it's more like a multifunctional palette, which is what I love, because I love multifunction. I've got another little tiny hair, I can feel it, and it's annoying me. And then the last one is going to be right on the end, which is the lip balm. Now you're going to look at this and you're going to think, oh no, that's too dark, but that's lip balm. But again, guys, it's not concentrated on your lips as it is in here. So I'm just going to get my lip brush. Cool. Can you hear that drilling now, or sanding going on? It's like I've gone live and everyone's decided to make a noise. Can you see what I mean? How dark that is in there. But can you see on my lips? It's not as scary as it looks. There you go. So it's very, very neutral, which is what you want when you want a neutral look. Absolutely love it. And if you want this little brush, guys, I think it's still in my 50% chance deal as well. Okay, so that's a little pocket palette that has done our entire look. And then we're just going to go on with our 4-in-1 lash system, because we need to get some lashes, because you can see my lashes are so tiny. They are longer than they used to be, thanks to this baby, but I'm still classed as the tiny, itty bitty lash department. So dual-sided wand, bristles, silicone. This has got lash serum, lash primer, tubing, and star-shaped fibres, guys. So it's going to lengthen your lashes, give your lashes more of a natural curl. It's going to give you volume, and it's going to give you length. This product is amazing, guys. And I'm not just saying it, I actually mean it. So I use this one. This is my go-to lash product that I use every single day, because I have seen an increase in my lashes from wearing this. Because the more you use it, as the weeks go by, you are going to see longer lashes. So if I look down, can you see the difference? That's only just one very small coat as well. In fact, this tube is getting quite low. I'm going to have to break out another one. When you get low on your mascara, don't pump. Just put it in and swirl it round and then pull it out, and then you're going to find you're going to get loads. But yeah, never pump your mascaras, guys, whether they're new or getting down, because all you're doing is pumping air into that tube, which is going to virtually dry out your product. In fact, what I'll do today is I won't do both eyes. I'm just going to concentrate on one eye so you can see the difference in my lashes. So can you see that? I'll do one eye on camera for you today. So yeah, this product has got great ingredients in here that's actually going to help grow your lashes. As I say, you've got lash serum and lash primer. It is a patent pending product by Younique, guys. It's got amino peptide trademark from Younique. Can't get this anywhere else. There is nothing else like it on the market, because Younique has patented it. So nobody else can bring out a similar product. So it's an exclusive to Younique. So I'm now going in with the silicone side and trying not to poke myself in the eye with this product. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference? If you're still there, let us know if you can see the difference. I love this product. Now, it is a water-based product, so I like to leave it just a few, you know, from going from one eye to the other. Chance to sort of like set up a little bit. It's not going to get thick, you know, clumped together. It's not going to feel heavy on your lashes. So no matter how many layers you put on, it's not going to feel heavy on your lashes. In fact, you're not even going to feel it's even there. And the good thing about it is a water-based product, guys, which means it's easier to clean off. You're not going to get that horrible black smudgy panda eyes, because it is a water-based product, and it comes off with a bit of warm water and a cotton pad, and the tubing will come off as easy as anything. and not do any damage to your lashes. So can you see that now when I look down? Look up. Can you see? I'm hoping you can see that. Let us know, guys, if you can see that. I can see a difference. I am just in love with this product. You know, when I first started and they brought Twisted out, I love Twisted because Twisted had the 2 wands, and it also had biotin, carotene and argan oil and loads of other bits and pieces in there, ingredients that actually promote lash growth. And I loved using the Twisted, especially with our lash primer and lash serum. But now we have this baby, I just use one product, so it's sort of like cut out all the expense as well as having to carry or remember to use so many different tubes. Can you see that? Can you see my lashes? Look down more. Can you see when I look down more? So you can totally build it up, layer it on in between layers. But as I said, guys, I'm coming a bit closer for you again because I want you to see. You can see it is not clumped. It's just lifted and separated my lashes. This baby is going to actually help to naturally curl lashes. So if you're like me and you've got very, very straight lashes, I should get in the habit of using a lash curler, but I always forget to use it. But if you use a lash curler first and then go on with this, you're going to give yourself more of a curl as well, guys, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, so that, guys, is my look done. I'm just going to do one more little layer just to show you that you can build with this. And it doesn't clump up, it doesn't feel heavy. It just goes on like a dream. In the actual corner of this brush, you can actually flick out the very edges of your lashes and give yourself more of a cat eye look. I hope you can see that. I hope you can see that. So that, guys, is my look done. I'll do the other eye off camera. So yeah, so we have used our Quadra, we have used the little pocket palette, and we have used the all-in-one stick, which I didn't have to use. I just decided I want to use it because you could have just done your bronzing with the little pocket palette. And then we've used our BB and our illuminating primer. So if you want these added into a cart for you, if you want a shade match, say shade in the comments. If you want the link to the products I've used today, just put link. If you want a 10-day trial of our collagen, guys, just write 10 in the comments as well. And if you have any other questions or concerns, have any problems, or you're looking for a particular product but you're not sure what you need and you need my help, then just write help in the comments, guys, and I will get into your inbox and we can have a talk and find out what it is that you need help with, and hopefully come up with a solution for you, because I love solving problems. I really do. I love solving makeup, skincare problems. I'm not a skincare artist, guys. I'm just somebody who does this and loved how it turns out, and I just want to help you feel good in your skin as well. To let me know what you're up to at the weekend, and to put hashtag replay so I know you've checked in, and hit that heart button for me, girl, to help boost it out into the newsfeed so that I can get in front of more people who are looking for solutions to their skin and makeup. Soon. Thank you. Bye.